Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone, and happy new year to everyone. Happy new year. I hope everyone had a blessed, safe, and productive new year. Salute to you, salute. Salute to my bro here, Sniper, my partner in crime. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Happy new year to you, brother. Got on mute. You got on mute, bro.
No, I sure do. I had it on mute, man. I had it on
Okay.
mute, but hey, salute to you, man. Salute to you. Still praying for those folks out in New Orleans, praying for their family. Um, it's just a sad day, Yeah, this is football season, but in New Year's, and you lose loved ones on the first day of the year,
Hmm.
and it's really sad, bro. So we'll keep them in their prayers. I'm gonna pray for these people with these evil thoughts too, man. I need to pray for them and get these evil thoughts out of their heads to do stupid stuff like this, bro.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. And for those of you that has not heard, or if you've been at work, or if you've been asleep, or whatever, due to the events, the tragic events that happened down in New Orleans, the Sugar Bowl has been moved to tomorrow, Thursday afternoon at 4 p.m. That will be the kickoff time, the new kickoff time for the Sugar Bowl. So our thoughts and prayers with the victims, the families, the ones that family people that passed away during that tragic ordeal, and also our prayers and thoughts are with the individuals that are injured, that are in the hospital right now, recovering from injuries. A horrific uh, act of terrorist violence. Our prayers are with you all. You know, some things just means more than sports. Some things just mean more than football. Life itself means more than football. Salute to the chat. Salute to you, CP3. Salute to you, Bacardi Obama. Salute, salute, salute. So, with that being said, we will not be discussing the Sugar Bowl until tomorrow, the pregame show tomorrow. So, today is all about salute to you, Chris. Salute, salute, salute. I think Barry McGregor and Mike will start for ND. I don't know. I really don't know. Got to look at the injury report, Chris. Once this live ends, we'll have more updated information tomorrow. I'll do a dog call, and we'll also do a pregame show tomorrow as well. So, um, we talked about what happened with Penn State and Boise State. Penn State absolutely took care of business in the Fiesta Bowl. Today, the biggest drama and the game that we all predicted that would be a blowout. I predicted myself. I predicted that the game here in Atlanta that took place in Atlanta, the Peach Bowl, Texas and Arizona State. I predicted that would be a blowout. I was on Tehran, the Blacks panel the other night, and I told them, I said, man, y'all ain't got nothing to worry about. Ewers and Wisner and Bond and all of them, they'll be on the sidelines chilling uh, in by the third quarter. But that game went 4 quarters. It went into overtime, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it out loud. I know some Texas fans are going to get upset, but Arizona State was screwed in regulation. That game should not even have went in overtime. Let me tell you something.
Talk about it.
I know football. I know my football, and I know targeting when I see it. That was targeting. First of all, he led with the crown of his helmet. It was helmet to helmet contact, and the receiver, he was defenseless. It was defenseless. I've seen calls like that be made in high school, pros, and college. So I don't know what was up with those refs or whatever. It seems like Texas has been getting away with a lot of targeting calls this season, where they're throwing the flags and then they're picking them back up. They did that in the SEC championship game. They did that in the Texas A&M game, and they did that in a couple of other games where they committed targeting penalties and they're not being held accountable for it. That's just my opinion. What's your opinion? Your assessment on it?
Well, he led with his head. With his head, he left his feet,
Mm-hmm.
meaning he jumped up and hit this dude straight in the noggin,
Mm-hmm.
straight helmet to helmet. It was targeting all the way. Like you said, they are
Hold up here
they
real quick.
are.
Happy New Year to you together. I just wanted to wish her a Happy New Year real quick.
Hey sis, um, he left with his feet. That was totally targeting.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, Texas is beating to getting away with a lot of stuff, bro. A lot of penalties, and especially targeting. But they always get it to where the opposing teams get the targeting calls more than they do. I don't know what Sandusky is over there. What's going on, OPP? Um, I don't know what are you paying these refs over there, but God, Lee, that man, that could have been a serious injury right there.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been a serious
He,
injury. Like I said, he left his feet. The
he-
player, I don't, I forgot what receiver that was. Was it Mond? Um, a Golden? I don't know. I forgot which one it was, but he left his feet and he hit him dead in the face mask.
mm-hmm. And I see CP3 saying something about tipped or whatever. That would be pass interference, But when it comes to targeting, tipped or no tipped. If you're leading with the crown of your helmet, they're throwing a flag on that every time. Salute to you, time. Happy New Year to you. So, in my opinion, the game should have been over with in regulation because had they would have called the game right, had they would have called targeting on that play, Arizona State would have got the ball inside the goal line, and there's no way at that point in time, there's no way that Texas defense would have stopped them from scoring. They had no
Right.
answer for Scatterboo in the second half. They held them in check. They held them in check in the first quarter, but from the second quarter on, they had no answer for that kid. I think he ended up with somewhere around 140 yards rushing. He rushed for more yards on that Texas defense than any other running back did. And this is the most impressive thing about it. He talked smack all week. He talked smack the entire week. He told Scatterboo, he told the media all week, he said, they're not going to be able to stop me. He said it. I'm gonna run all over that defense, and that's what he did.
Yeah, I think that by the mid third quarter, he was tired. He
Mm-hmm.
gave it. That man gave everything he can on the field today. He was tired. He was worn out.
Mm-hmm.
And if he and just like the announcer said, usually by the third end of the third quarter, uh, mid fourth quarter, he's sitting on the bench, so he's really haven't played a complete game
Mm-hmm.
too many times. But hey, that brother did, and I'm gonna tell you this too. Whoever that quarterback is for Arizona State, he backed up. He back to that smack talking. He said when he said he was going to show why he was the best quarterback in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
You're not completely the best quarterback in the nation, but you really did played your butt off. I tip my hat to Arizona State. They played
Mm-hmm.
hard.
And they were missing their 1,000 yard receiver.
Yeah,
Their 1,000 yard receiver, they was missing him. Had they would have had that kid, uh, Arizona State would have won that game. That was
yeah,
the missing piece. And moving forward, if I'm a Texas fan, knowing what you're going to be facing next week, If I'm a Texas fan, I am worried. I am worried because, hey, I've been telling all of you since August about that team up there in Columbus. I've been telling everybody, I've been trying to warn everybody. This is the team I've been talking about since August. When they click that light switch, and I told everybody, I said, look, when they click that light switch, look out. That's an NFL junior NFL team. That team is loaded. That defense is ferocious. Bruh. If I'm a Texas fan, I am worried because
Yeah,
if you had problems stopping the Sun Devils defensive front, what the hell do you think you gonna have to deal with Sawyer? You gonna have to deal with Ransom, Sawyer, Burke. You gonna have to you. My goodness, man. Ohio State is a problem. They are a problem. They are
I'm
a
gonna
bigger
come on.
problem than I thought they were.
I'm gonna come on your live, and I the one that gave you the most pushback about Ohio State because the way they started the season, I didn't see it. But something clicked, and like you said, that light switch came on, and they've been doing their thing for the last couple of games, bro. And Oregon now I would say Oregon is who I thought they were, and I've been telling everybody from the get go. Everybody, oh, they're the only complete team, and they're this and they're that and they're third. And I'm looking like, okay, you barely lost to Ohio State, you barely lost to uh,
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, you barely lost to Penn State.
Barely beat Wisconsin. Barely
Oh yeah,
beat Boise State. Hmm.
yeah. So all these teams that's out there that you barely won against, there's something that's going to, and Ohio State exposed them.
Hmm.
Ohio State exposed them. So hey, tip my hats off to Ohio State, to all you Buckeye fans. Y'all guys look like something they're promising.
Hmm. I'm telling you, and I said this on our kickoff show back in August before the season started. We remember we did a show a week before Labor Day weekend, a week before the regular season. And I told everybody, I looked in this camera and I told everybody, if Ryan Day don't win a national title with this team this year, he'll never get one because he'll never have this much talent at one time. You will there there's just certain teams that are just once in a generational talent, okay? Like that 1980 Georgia team. Once in a lifetime generational talent. Like that 2021 Georgia team. That 2022 Georgia team, that 2018 Clemson team, that 2019 LSU team. This Ohio State team is on that level. They should be undefeated. Salute to you, Chappelle Hannon. They should be undefeated. Remember, they barely lost to Michigan, and Will Howard he mismanaged the clock in that Oregon
Mm-hmm.
game. Or Ohio State should be undefeated right now. They played with their food against Michigan. What they did in that Michigan game was they were just playing safe to get out of there. So their minds was on a rematch with Oregon. They were not really thinking about Michigan. They weren't ready for that game. But I'm telling you, man, they're gonna be a problem. I look, there's no doubt in my mind, no doubt in my mind that they will win that game in the Cotton Bowl. I don't give a damn that the game is in Arlington and it'll be pretty much a de facto home game for Texas, because if you look inside the Mercedes-Benz Stadium today, it was like 85% Texas fans up in there. And that didn't make a
Mm-hmm.
bit of difference. The fans can't save you. Hell, we went down there to Austin and whooped their ass in Darrell K. Royal Stadium. So a home crowd or being in a neutral site where you got majority of fans is not going to save you. And FYI, those Ohio State Buckeye fans, they travel very well. They were
They sure
deep
do.
in Pasadena today. Deep. You heard OH, ow, OH, ow, all through the Pasadena, the Rose Bowl this afternoon. They were deep down there. Yes, sir, CP3. They travel like Steelers fans. Those Ohio State Buckeyes, they travel like Steelers fans.
It's still Oregon Ducks football on minds. Hey, Chappelle Hannon. Hey, listen, y'all. Oregon did not know what pond they stepped in today. I'm just going to tell you that real quick. Y'all didn't know what y'all was getting into today, and again, you're Oregon. I wasn't, and if you look at my stuff, look at my thing. I didn't. I was not high on Oregon all season long. Y'all played a soft schedule with with a sprinkle of some powerhouse teams.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, bro. Y'all, it was not y'all year this year. Hey, but you got a good coach. He's gonna get y'all back right next year. Well,
Hmm.
y'all not going away no time soon.
Just got
And
to
I
get a
know that.
quarterback. Got to get
You got to
somebody
get
to
another
replace
quarterback.
Dylan Gabriel. That's going to be hard to do. I think
Yeah.
they'll take a step back next year. Ohio State will also take a step back. Ohio State has a lot of juniors and seniors on their team. They're going to have a high turnover ratio. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
players are going on off to the NFL, and as well as they should, because it's loaded. I think that entire secondary is gone. Most of that defensive front is gone, and that old line is gone. So Ohio State and Oregon both will. I think they'll both be playoff teams, Sniper, but I think they'll be more like first round, lower seeded teams in the playoff next year. But I think the dominant team in the Big Ten, and the dominance of the Big Ten is going to come down between Michigan and Penn State. And don't sleep on Illinois. Brett Bielema is building something very special down there. Brett Bielema is another defensive guru.
Yeah. 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 Um, Somebody asked earlier. What about tomorrow, Georgia, Indiana? We're gonna get to that real quick, Bubba. We're gonna get
Mm-hmm.
to that.
Mm-hmm.
We got St. Clair coming in at quarterback. We got to reload the
The
defense.
defense, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that defense is going to take
Y'all.
a step back. The offense, I think Jurgens may come back, but Henderson is gone.
Right.
He's gone. So they'll have Jeremiah Smith coming back. Ibuka is gone. Tate gone. That tight end may come back. They keep a good a good stock of talent at wide receiver, but these are generational talents. Ibuka, Tate, and you got Jeremiah Smith. You got to keep him happy. Keep him happy. Pay him whatever he want. Buy him a Lamborghini, a Porsche, or whatever you can do. Whatever the hell you got to do to keep him in Columbus. You have him for another 2 years.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't
Mhm.
say Tate was going. This is
Tate a
going to be his last
sophomore.
year.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Tate is coming back. Tate, so they'll be straight on offense. That's why I still say Ohio State will be a playoff team, but they're gonna take a hit on defense. Penn State, it depends on what Allen is gonna do. I'm sorry, what Warren is gonna do. What Tyler
Yeah.
Warren is gonna do. If I'm not mistaken, I think Tyler Warren has one more year of eligibility if he decides to come back, which I don't understand why, because I think he's the best tight end in the nation right now. But you never know. I mean, these days kids aren't in a hurry to go to the NFL because you can get paid right here in college. And then next year, revenue sharing is going to go into effect. This year, I'm sorry, 2025, revenue sharing goes into effect.
Off topic a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You heard your boy, Kangaroo Black.
Mm-mm. I ain't get a chance to hear him. I ain't get a chance to
I
really sit down and listen to him.
he's so bad right now, boy. He said, how does Alabama lose the first day of the year and the last day of the year?
Hmm. It's called Michigan Got Your Number.
Michigan had your number completely.
Michigan. It's just some teams have your number. Like right now, Bama has our number. We have Texas' number. Up
Yeah.
until today, Oregon had Ohio State's number. They was on a 3-game winning streak against Ohio State. Ohio State ended that losing streak today. Some
Hey,
teams just
Ohio
have
State
your
changed their number.
yeah,
They
yeah.
got a
Oh,
brand new number
yeah, they
today.
got a brand new number. I mean, they
They
made a
got
statement. So some teams just have your number, and Michigan, I don't know what it is. It used to be Texas A&M that had
yeah.
Bama's number. Now it's Michigan. Michigan has their number. I don't know what it is. Yeah, they have a
I
Michigan
mean,
problem.
Ohio State today, I'm just saying they was just throwing the ball wherever and however.
Hmm.
I think he could have did one of those behind the back passes and completed for a touchdown. This is how bad that he was Howard was doing today. Um, the best tight end in the portal transferring to us.
Who said that?
CP3. That's what CP3. Who said?
Oh, we did.
Because I don't care what you said. We got the Georgia as of now has the best tight end that's
Yeah,
coming into the
coming
football
out.
next
Yeah,
week.
coming out of high school. Yes, yes. He's so damn good. He's in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Don't forget how we did Tennessee too.
well,
Mm.
let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
talk about that.
Tennessee. it- Tennessee is all this entire year they've had issues scoring. Okay, and I'm not poo pooing on that victory because Ohio State is elite. They showed the world today that they are elite. They did the same thing to Oregon, but Tennessee, there's some issues going on offense. It's some issues going on offense, man. I think Hypo needs to get an offensive coordinator, or he needs to go back to the system that he was using 2 years ago. But that Ohio State defense is like loaded with NFL talent, and I've been saying this all season. Some people didn't believe me. Some people didn't believe me,
I
but
didn't.
I've been saying it all year. Ohio State. Listen. I did my homework over the summer, and I knew what they had coming in, and I saw this happening. It's just for whatever
It,
reason, just like Bama, they got a Michigan problem. I don't know what
yeah,
it is.
Ohio State, but Ohio State wasn't playing the way that their fans wanted them to play. They wasn't blowing out teams. They wasn't their offense to be off one game. Their defense allowed too many touchdowns the next game. It was one of those up and downs with Ohio State. They find a way to win. I mean, you think about it. It was just like Georgia. You find a way to win the game, and then, but I guess they say they hit their peak at the right time.
Mm,
That's one thing we say. They hit their peak at the right time. Now, let's keep it going, Ohio State, because I love. Y'all will be the most likely be the Cinderella story.
I don't consider them no Cinderella. I think they are, in my opinion, the best two-loss team probably of our generation.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah,
It's a shame because they should be undefeated. They should be where Oregon was today. They
right.
should be the number one seed, sitting out there waiting on the winner of Tennessee and Oregon. But it is what it is, and plus Oregon, uh, I foreseen this happening. And I said this the other week. I said the winner of that Tennessee Ohio State was going to get Oregon in the Rose Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So that part right there, that part right there is pretty consistent. But I'm going to say this, CP3. If y'all can't win it, think about what's left on the board. A suspect Texas team, a one-dimensional Penn State team, a one-dimensional Notre Dame team, and a Georgia team with a backup QB. And this Georgia team is probably Kirby's worst team. And I'm including that 2016 team. And here's why. Here's why, Sniper. Yeah, I know you're getting ready to go in on me because you're looking at the
No, no, no,
record.
no, no, no. I'm thinking about it.
Think about it now and just take away the record. Just take away the record. And I'm going to ask you a question. All right. Let's go to quarterback. Eason Carson. Who you taking? We ain't gonna put Gunner in the equation. We're gonna use the starters from the duration of the season. Jacob Eason, Carson Beck. Who you taking?
I'm taking. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm taking Carson.
Okay. All right.
And the reason why I take Carson is because Jacob Eason had a cannon for an arm,
Mm-hmm.
but he had happy feet,
Okay. All
and
right.
he couldn't dump it down. He could throw it deep,
Mm-hmm.
but you talk about inconsistently deep.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now let's go to the next question. All right. The
Mm-hmm.
the leading receiver for Georgia right now is Arian Smith. Who you taking, Arian Smith or Isaiah McKenzie?
With the most consistent receiver, I take Isaiah McKenzie.
Okay. Who was the most dangerous receiver? If you're a defensive coordinator, who are you losing sleep about more? Isaiah McKenzie or Arian Smith?
Man, when we came on this show, I didn't think I was going to have to put on this. Golly, that's a
Who was more
is Isaiah.
clutch?
I would think I would if I was a defensive coach and we had Georgia, I would probably say Isaiah McKenzie
Okay.
because the reason why is because first of all, McKenzie's going to catch the ball,
Mm-hmm.
and McKenzie's also going to get yards after the catch.
Mm-hmm.
Only reason why our leading receiver is Arian Smith right now is because he catch long balls.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Isaiah McKenzie could do it all. He returned
he could
kicks
do it
deep.
all.
He could kill you deep, short. He could the end around, run around, jet sweep. He was just a do it all, Swiss Army
Yeah.
knife. Salute to you, 225 girl. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year's to you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's go middle linebackers. Okay. Who do you trust more? Jeremiah Smith. I'm sorry. Who do you it got me thinking about Jeremiah Smith. Okay, who do you trust more? CJ Allen or Roquan?
Roquan.
Okay. Who do you trust
Roquan
more?
hit you side. Who do I look? Roquan hit you side to side.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
not getting past him side to side, and he can run 50 yards to the one side and still lay that boom on you.
exactly, exactly. And he had velocity. He had some velocity on his hits. He just
And yeah,
when he hit you, you felt it.
he was a great leader.
Hmm. Great leader. Okay, so let's go number two receiver. Javon Wynn or Dominique Lovett. Javon Wynn or Dominique Lovett? 50 seconds left in the game. You on the goal line. It's fourth down, and you got one play to call. Who the ball is going to?
We're
Javon
going.
Williams or
Boy,
Dominique Lovett?
they both some. They're both some drop clowns. Um, but I would say going through the middle, it's going to probably be Williams. He was a bigger body.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay. All right. So we'll go number 3 receiver. You know, you got one last play. You on the goal line. You got to score a touchdown. So who you gonna go to? Are you gonna go to Dylan Bell or are you gonna go to Terry Godwin?
Which Dylan Bell?
Dylan Bell, Dylan Bell.
Today's Dylan Bell. Okay, I'm gonna say Dylan Bell.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Terry Godwin is. You think about it, and I know his family. Um,
He was
but
clutch though. That kid was clutch.
he was clutch, but he was an inconsistent clutch. He wasn't like the go to guy throughout his career
No, he wasn't. Not
because
doing
we
it.
had
Yeah.
Dylan Bell started his career and started this season as the go to guy. Before anything else, before he got injured. You throughout the season, we're like, okay, if we 3rd and 3, I know Dylan Bell is going to come across the middle, or Dylan Bell is going to streak up the side, will route something. We know Dylan Bell is a great option, but
Mm-hmm.
Godwin wasn't that guy
Mm-hmm.
because of who, and it's mainly because who he had around him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can if we threw the ball up, I knew Terry would get up there and get one handed, two fingers.
Mm-hmm.
He would go up there and get one, but he wasn't that guy.
Terry wasn't yeah the guy wasn't okay. He wasn't Eason's go-to guy. It was Isaiah McKenzie because Isaiah McKenzie was just he was just lights out. He was a Mr. Clutch. He was Mr. Everything in 2016. All right, but if I needed a play, needed a touchdown or a first down, uh, I'm trusting Godwin over Dylan Bell because Dylan Bell even and I'm not just talking about this year, Dylan Bell to my last year too. And in times we needed him, in big moments, he came up short, especially in the SEC championship game when he fumbled that ball. So
Yeah,
I say that to say this is, and that 2016 team finished with like 8-5, and this team right here has a chance to go 12-2 to win their 12th game tomorrow. As good as this team has been this year, in my opinion, and the proof is there. The receipts are there. This is Kirby's worst team. This is his worst team. And I don't think moving forward that Kirby will have a team this bad anytime soon. You're right, 225 girl. JJ Holloman would have been he would have been our 1,000-yard receiver. He would have broke Terrence Edwards' record had he stayed out of trouble.
yes. And then the bad thing about JJ Holloman is I took a picture with the dude. I got it in my phone. I'll send it to you. I take a
Mm-hmm.
picture of this dude, and with him and his brother, and 2 weeks
Happy New
later,
Year, Renrock. Salute
and
to
two
you.
weeks later, he's off the team. I was like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
So
SEC. He was a SEC. I think he was a first team SEC, all SEC, and a week later, the story came out of the incident.
Mm-hmm.
and he was kicked off the team. So that right there is one of those situations where what if, what if Kirby would have had Lawrence Cager and J.J. Holloman at the same time, and Roseman St. Jack? What if he would have had all three of them at the same time?
But see,
And Curious Jackson.
and Curious Jackson, I was about to
Mm-hmm.
say,
Mm-hmm.
can't leave him out. Even though he wore the Michael Irvin 1988 gloves, uh,
That kid
that
was clutch. When we
that boy,
needed
hey,
him,
yeah,
yes. When we needed him in that Ohio State game, that catch he made in that
mm-hmm.
Ohio State game. I mean, that 30-yard, 30-some yard pass catch he made, man, that was clutch. That was legendary. See, we don't have that this year, Sniper. We don't have that. That's what makes, as further as this Georgia team goes in the playoff, you have to you have to put people have to put respect on Kirby's name. For him to take this team with this least amount of talent on it anywhere near the championship game, man, this has to be go down as one of the greatest coaching jobs in college football history.
You know what? And I would definitely, because you know me and you argue about elite, but that's something that will make him elite if he could, like you said, take this team that has that does not have that much talent at all. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I think our our best talent right now is either the offense or defensive line. That's the most talent we got from on the side of the ball. I mean, we got some players in the secondary on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson and Bolden is making his way up,
Mm-hmm.
but consistent. I mean,
Mm.
how many players do we say is consistent on either side of the ball right now? Jackson is one.
Jackson, definitely. Jackson, Cash Jones has been very consistent. Whenever we his number was called and we needed a play, we needed he bailed Carson back out many times.
Oh, many times.
Many times. On the O line, on the O line, I can't say enough about the job that Drew Bobo did.
Yeah,
Drew Bobo, when he stepped in, he did a great job, man. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Um, this has been a hell of a coaching job for Kirby Smart, and no matter what happens moving forward, Georgia fans should be proud. Now,
yeah.
I don't want to hear none of this about, oh, no Debbie Downer, oh, Kirby this, Kirby that. No, man, look, for this, we could have easily been 8-4.
Easily,
No,
easily.
I'm just being honest with you. We could have easily been 8-4, man, because we don't know what would have happened if DJ Lagway wouldn't have went down. That ball was bouncing funny in that Auburn game. That game right there, escaped.
Hmm.
That Auburn game could have been a problem. But the ball was bouncing very, very funny that day. Um,
You right there. Hey, oh, wait a minute. CP3. Hold on now. Hold on. Hold on, CP3.
we ain't saying that, CP3. I
We
just,
definitely ain't saying that.
I'm not saying that. But I will say
Bec-
this. I will say this, though. I will say this. Ohio State should win against Texas. They should win, but this is going to be the best defense. That Texas defense, that's going to be the best defense that y'all have seen all year. I'm just being honest with you. That ain't Oregon. That Oregon defense was suspect. I've been saying that all season. That
Same here.
that Oregon defense has been suspect all year. That Texas defense is a totally whole different animal, bro. A whole different animal. So at least,
First of all, CP3, they as much as we root for our dogs, there ain't no
mhm.
Disney dogs over here. We keep it real with them.
Yeah,
And we
I
might have different opinions about different players on the team. Like all year long, I've been a Carson Beck fan,
mhm.
and I didn't. Yeah, and everybody's, oh, he's thrown this many touchdowns or this many interceptions. But if you go back and watch a lot of those interceptions, not on him. But I rooted for him. But hey, I understand. But hey, listen, y'all, hey, y'all did a good job. It's See,
I'm
you CP3 is one of those, you one of those fans just because you got to win today, right? How many times has Jeremiah Smith has been locked down and caught only 5 passes throughout the season?
because Barron could lock him down. That's another thing. I'm glad you made that point. Abuka and Tate gonna have to show up because Barron, the Thorpe Award winner,
Yeah,
he can lock Jeremiah Smith down 1-on-1. That's one person, one DB I know in the nation. He's gonna get locked down. It's gonna If y'all beat Texas, y'all gonna have to do it on the ground, or it's gonna take Abuka gonna be the one that have to bail y'all out. It's gonna have to be Abuka or Tate. Jeremiah Smith, they're gonna take him away. They're gonna take him away. Barron is the Thorpe Award winner, bro. He's the best DB in the country. All right. You remember y'all thought that about Marvin Harrison Jr. too.
yeah.
Y'all thought the same thing about Marvin Harrison and Jackson Manure, whatever his name is. Y'all had a whole bunch of elite wide receivers y'all thought were untouchable, and their ass got locked down in the playoff game. So, like, I'm just saying, congratulations on that Rose Bowl win. But that Oregon
Exactly.
defense has been suspect all year. Remember, that's the same Oregon defense that Penn State ran all up and down the field on. Let's not forget that now. Let's not forget that now. So,
Yeah, they can say what I mean, you got a good win today. You got a good win.
Jeremiah Smith
But
is good.
we did say nobody can hold the goat. Okay, you know what? You keep on. You must be still hungover from last night, bro.
He ain't no goat. The Random Moss. Look, he good, but he ain't no damn Random Moss. Random Moss. Let me think of some more receivers in college that was just hell. They have come out.
They came out of college.
Yeah, recently.
Oh
What's
hell,
it?
we go.
What's old boy? The one that was with Joe Burrows,
Oh, play for
Jamar Chase.
Chase.
Yeah,
Hell,
he ain't on that level, bro. He ain't no Jerry
no.
Judy, Jalen Waddle, and Devontae Smith and all him. And he ain't on that level, bro. He good. Don't get me wrong, but he ain't that receiver that's just unstoppable. Because you got to think about it. Tennessee, what y'all did to Tennessee, a lot of teams did to Tennessee this year. Tennessee secondary sucked. Oregon secondary sucked. It's just that y'all were able to get to them. But Texas, I'm telling you, man, they got a secondary. Y'all gonna have to get them on the ground. Y'all gonna have to do what Arizona did. Y'all gonna have to get them on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And he said Jermaine Smith is better than Marvin here. Man, you don't lost your damn mind.
If you going by numbers, but see, CP3, you got to be careful with that going by numbers. Numbers can sometimes be misconstrued. To me, honestly, the best wide receiver the Ohio State ever had, in my opinion, was Joey Galloway, in my opinion. And as far as like hard to stop and could take over a game, it was Joey Galloway, in my opinion.
And Marvin Harris is probably right there, top 2, 3.
He said we got the best running back and duo in the nation. Are you kidding me? You know what? Y'all should, but they have not. Numbers wise, y'all have on paper, y'all got the best running back duo, but you know yourself, they haven't been performing like the best running back duo. You know that. You're where you are because of your passing game, not because of your running game. It ain't nothing like when I think about legendary running back duos, I think about Bush and Lindale White.
Ty Gurley and
Todd Gurley and Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb and Sony Michelle.
Michelle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Talk about look at there.
Najee Harris and Damian Harris, the Harris boys. Derrick Henry, TJ Yeldon. You know what I'm saying? Junkins was actually better when thank you 225 girl. Junkins was that dude when he was at Ole Miss. But since he got that damn NIL money that y'all done paid him up there at Ohio State, he kind of got a little soft. When he was at Ole Miss, he was putting up way better numbers than he has at Ohio State. I'm just saying, bro. Yeah. But now on to tomorrow night. Um, you know, a lot of people are making a prediction saying that Notre Dame is gonna win, Notre Dame is gonna do this, Notre Dame is gonna do that, but they don't know what Gunner can do.
Exactly. Nobody has tape on Gunner.
Mm-mm.
Um, nobody has tape on Gunner. Um, nobody has no. If you don't have tape, you don't know how to defend him because he is a dual threat. Um, and one thing about hey, why you yelling at us, bro? Why you yelling at us? You went from
See,
lowercase to uppercase real quick, bro. You
CP
trigger like that? You
CP3
tight?
when I think when I CP3 when I let me explain the difference to you about legendary running back by committee. Okay. I think about Lindale White and Reggie Bush. The reason why I say that they both had 1,000 yards. They both had over 1,000 yards. Todd Gurley and Nick Chubb both had over 1,000. Nick Chubb and Sony were both 1,000 yard rushers. You know what I'm saying? Junkins and Trayvon Henderson on paper coming into the season. They should be, if I look at a piece of paper and I see, damn, Ohio State got Henderson and Junkins, I'm saying, yeah, that's the best running back duo. But performance wise, it didn't work out that way. Y'all are
Yeah,
where you're at because of your passing game and your defense, not the
and
running
both
game.
your Trayvon and the other one,
USC
they
was
are
airing
both
it
at.
out. USC was airing it out too, bro. Matt Liner had a Heisman year, but Reggie Bush and Lindale White both rushed for 1,000 yards. Um, come on now.
Yeah, and both your running backs didn't even clips 850.
Hmm.
So I mean, y'all like it was mentioned, it was more on the defensive side, and
And the pass, yeah.
Howard tossing the ball up wherever you want to because you
Hmm.
do got some explosive receivers. You just throw the
Yeah,
ball up and they gonna go get it,
yeah. It's
and
like
we're
the
not gonna take
'99
that up from
Rams.
you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
y'all are like the college version of the '99 St. Louis Rams, the greatest show on turf. That's what your offense is looking like. And like I said, CP3, if y'all don't win a national title this year, this will go down as one of the biggest choke jobs by a head coach in my lifetime because y'all have too much talent to not win a national title, bro. There's no team left right now that can match y'all talent for talent. There's no way in hell. that y'all should not win a national title, bro. No excuse. No damn excuse why y'all shouldn't win it. No excuse. None. Yep.
So tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Georgia plays Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Now with this with this break in between, this is what I'm hoping for Georgia. 225 girl, 20 minute reasons why they shouldn't win the Natty. Y'all paid more than anybody else in the country to win the doggone Natty.
They got a
Y'all better win.
they got a $20 million roster for the first time in college football history that a college football team put done a team on the field worth 20 million. That brother, everybody that's starting, everybody that's starting is getting paid on both sides of the ball.
That's crazy.
There's no damn excuse why they shouldn't win a natty, bro. No excuse. I don't want to hear it. I really don't. That'd be the biggest choke job of all, bro. Of all.
Of
Every
all time.
time, bro. If y'all don't win the national title, bro, I'm gonna call y'all the choke eyes for real with all that damn
Mm.
talent.
But as I was saying, big bro, as Georgia is going to win this game if they can tackle. If they can defend the edges and tackle, Georgia's going to win this game. That was been Achilles' heel all year long. Tackling, tackling, tackling. You don't have to do much. Look, hold them until somebody else get there. Go back old school. I hit them high, you hit them low. But that is our Achilles heel all year long. Now, who are we playing against? We're playing against Georgia Tech 2.0.
That's what they are. That's exactly what they are.
Don't let anybody get to the outside. Our defense has to tackle,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's the only thing I can say that quarterback play is going to be quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Smith, he's going to continue jumping in the air, catching the slant.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I have not seen from Aaron Smith, and maybe and only the times I've seen it is when he's clear and open, and I've seen it one other time. Run after the catch. He's
He
always diving for one. He's always falling or he gets hit as soon as he catches the ball because his feet leaves the ground. I want to see Aaron Smith, and if it's not in his repertoire, it's not in his repertoire. But I want to see Aaron Smith catch a ball and use that speed and blow somebody
he,
away.
he don't have that in him. He don't have that McConkey. McConkey McConkey was also fast. He was also fast, but he wasn't. He didn't have that. He didn't have that breakaway type speed.
And why
I
isn't
mean, I
Bobo
mean, I mean,
using?
McConkey was fast, but he also had breakaway speed. Aaron Smith doesn't have breakaways. He's fast, but he don't have that breakaway speed to get away like Isaiah McKenzie was able to outrun the entire secondary. The way McCole Hartman was able to outrun the secondary. I know what you're talking about. Aaron Smith don't have that in him.
Mm.
In the 5 years that he's been here, is not. It's always been a situation where either From or JT Daniels would hit him deep or Stetson would hit him deep. And it was a situation where one of the defenders fell down. That night we played Ohio State. He scored a touchdown. The Ohio State defender fell. If the Ohio State defender wouldn't have failed, he would have caught Aaron Smith probably at the goal line. He don't have that breakaway speed where he just outrun the secondary. McConkey had that.
Right.
I think
Humphreys
Tuggle,
has it.
yeah, Tuggle has that. Humphreys has that. Cash Jones has that. But Dylan Bell and Aaron Smith and Lovett, they don't have that. Ra
Hmm.
Smith had it. Kobe Young had it.
What's the deal with Kobe Young? Not this game or not the next game?
He has another hearing scheduled for May. So as long as it's open, it's not. He ain't playing, bro.
Mm.
He ain't playing. What Georgia? I agree with you. They need to wrap up. Tackling is going to be very important. They got to tackle, keep everything in front of them. They gotta I look, I wouldn't be afraid to blitz Riley Leonard. You got to get them off the field. Get Notre Dame off the field on third down. That's very important. That's whoever wins the third down battle in this game is going to win the game. That's where it's going to come down because both teams are basically their goal is to do the same thing. They are trying to run the ball, run it down the opponent's throat, and run the clock out and shorten the game. That's what Notre Dame wants to do. That's what Georgia wants to do now. Now, when Carson Beck was in there, Georgia would light you up. They would light you up and extend the game. But now with Gunner, it's like they're going to eat clock, eat as much of the clock, keep your defense on the field, wear your lean and wear down your defense, and shorten the game. And that's what Georgia needs to do. They got to keep Riley Leonard and Jeremiah Love off the field.
Yep, yep, I agree.
And it's not hard to do because Indiana, in that second half, Indiana kept Notre Dame in check. Take away that 98-yard run, that 98-yard touchdown run.
Yeah,
That would only leave Jeremiah Love with maybe like 10 or 15 yards rushing. And
right,
the other running back only had what like 26 yards rushing.
right.
So it's not
Because
like they didn't do put it like this. They didn't do the damage to Indiana what Georgia Tech did to us. And they don't have an Eric Singleton. They don't have an Eric Singleton. Faison is nice, don't get me wrong. But I think Dalen Everett could lock Faison down. If he could lock Matthew Golden down and lock Isaiah Bond down and lock Squirrel White down, and he locked Ryan Williams down in the second half until they made that play in the fourth quarter. I'm quite sure, I'm very confident he should be able to lock down Faison.
hmm Notre Dame. What does Notre Dame got to do?
The keys to victory for Notre Dame, they got to win the third down battle. They got to be able to run on Georgia. Because that's their bread and butter. They got to be able to run on Georgia. Now, I would test out and go deep a couple of times in the first quarter just to loosen up the defense because Georgia's going to knowing Kirby. Kirby is going to load that box up. Kirby is that coach in games like these. He'll try to take away your strength.
Hmm.
Remember, he did that to Michigan a couple of years
Right.
ago in the Orange Bowl. He took away their strength, took away Blake Corum, took away Donovan Edwards, J.J. McCarthy. They couldn't do nothing. And
Think.
in order to beat this Georgia team, bro, you got to have some weapons on the outside to go along with your running game. I can't think of a time that a Kirby Smart defense has been beaten just by running, lining up running all day. I haven't seen that happen since Kirby has been at Georgia. Seen it happen under Rick. Seen Georgia Tech do it a couple of times to Mark Rick, but not to a Kirby defense.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame is going to have to do a lot of play action, but they're going to have to keep their quarterback upright because you stand back there in that pocket for too long, we're gonna find a way to get to you.
Mm-hmm.
Our defensive ends, Chambliss, that boy can. That boy has changed since his first year. His senior year this year is amazing. And
Mm-hmm.
then our linebackers are too fast for you to try to roll out of outside and think you're going to get to the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like you said, you're going to have to soften up the defense. You're going to have to do some play actions. You're going to have to do a lot of play actions, but you're going to have to mix that in because our defensive coach, as a headache as he is sometimes, um, you start doing the same thing over and over. He gonna make you pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all might be looking for a new quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and on the defensive side, they gonna have to confuse Gunner Stockton.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're going to have to come up with some defensive plays that confuse them, look like you're going to blitz or look like you're in the zone and switch to man, uh, cover two, cover three out of nowhere. You're going to have to confuse them. But on the other side of that, I think Gunnar Stockton is smart enough. He's been in the system for a minute. He's watched and he's learned. And the good thing about Gunnar Stockton is that his teammates believe in him. I've been
Mm-hmm.
watching videos on their practices and stuff. The amount that they show, and hey, Gunner's out there practicing hard. He's got something to. He's just like hey, and I'm going to keep comparing him to him. I think he's going to come out and look like a little baby Stetson come tomorrow, and God's willing, we make it to the next game. He's going to come out looking like a little Stetson.
The difference between him and Stetson, from what I'm seeing, and on that one play, he has a way stronger. He has a much stronger arm than Stetson. This kid has a cannon for an arm.
Oh yeah,
They both can run. Stetson has quicker feet. He'll run around you. Gunner will run around you,
and through
and
you.
he'll run through you and over you.
Yeah,
Did you see what he did to Anthony Hill on that
I
first
saw it.
run play?
I saw it.
And remember, Anthony Hill's a Butkus Award finalist.
Right. I saw. No, hey, bro, I saw it. I saw it with my own two eyes, and I made sure that we rewinded it a couple of times after the commercial break to go see it
Mm-hmm.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi needs to be in the right position to tackle and not allow too many big plays. Communication with the DBs has to be on point and get the tight ends more involved. And watch for Dirty Dan. Hey, listen. Hey, 225 girl, listen. Notre Dame better watch for number 17 because
Mm-hmm.
he and Woody and if you haven't noticed, 17 is training Mr. Bolden to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I do agree with 225 girl, Lucky, and oh Jesus, Lucky and Delp. They got to be a great part of this offensive plan. Both of
Dell,
them quick, both of them fast. Um, Delp's come, big number 4. That brother has come on in the last couple of games. We need more of that. We need more of
Dell,
that.
I'm hearing rumors that Dell may return, that he may return uh, for 2025. If that happens, go ahead and put him down. Mackey Award winner. No doubt. Mackey Award winner.
I could definitely see that. How many times did Bowers win that award? Twice.
Twice. Mm-hmm. Twice. Yeah. Should have won it 3 times.
Well, his first year, I mean, you going back and forth with not Robinson, Washington. Um, but hey,
But
he
Bowers
learned
made
the
some
system.
plays. That his freshman year, man. Just think about it. Man, that play he that play he made against Kentucky, that catch he made against Kentucky, man. That one-handed catch in the corner of the
Mm.
end zone. Let's see a tight end make catches like that. Hmm.
You saw that he just the first rookie to eclipse 1,000 yards receiving, right?
Mm-hmm.
With
Yep.
20 touchdowns,
Mm-hmm.
and McConkey's right behind him.
Yep. Yep.
But McConkey's a little hurt right now. He got a shoulder issue right now. But hey, he's still out there.
Mm-hmm. This and I just want to say this to Georgia fans. This and I hear a lot of grumblings about they didn't go in the portal and get Zachariah Branch and they didn't go in the portal and get Dane Key. Calm down. These receivers we got coming in are elite. Elite. They are elite. This drop problem that we have this year, you won't see that anytime soon. you we got some elite receivers coming in.
Yeah.
Trust me, we're good at
What?
receiving from here on out.
You heard about the brothers?
The Branch
Um.
brothers.
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard anything about it. A lot of these guys in the transfer portal. That's why I don't get my hopes up about these kids in the transfer portal. They want money. They want money. They're gonna go to the highest bidder. And what you don't want a situation where you going in the transfer portal getting a guy. You don't want to be trading in 1 year for a good 3 or 4 years. You
Yes.
got a kid
Yes,
coming
I
out of high
agree.
school that's going to give you 3 or 4 years and commit to you 3 or 4 years versus a guy in the transfer portal that just wants some money to come for 1 year. Then you may get 1 year out of him and win a title with him, but then what after that?
That is true.
And you know,
That is true. And I've been hard on this NIL deal because of that reason.
mm-hmm,
Most people, before the NIL deal hit, it was I'm transferring for playing time,
mm-hmm,
and then you had those folks who was transferring for um, to the team that can win a national championship.
mm-hmm,
Now the field is even now, all the way across the board because of this NIL deal.
mm-hmm,
I'd rather see players who are hungry, who wants to play, and understand their play will get them paid later.
mm-hmm.
Yes, KJ will light you up. But
And
hey, listen, that defensive side, I mean, is as horrible as their tackling been.
mm-hmm.
You still got
It's
three or
some hit.
four.
That's a hard hitting defense there.
That's a hard hitting defense.
Mm-hmm.
You got Dan Jackson. You got KJ Bolden. You got that Aurora dude, Aliola, whatever the heck his name is, the one that got kicked out the same time
Yeah,
Dan
that
Jackson got kicked
dude,
out.
man. Look, man, that dude done bodied some folks
Oh
this
yeah,
season.
hey,
Between him and Dan Jackson and KJ Bolden, they done bodied some people. I just wish Malachi Starks had the skills of a Caleb Downs. The Malachi Starks is not. He don't. He ain't gonna get in there and do the dirty work like Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs to get in there and put his body on the line
right.
to get somebody on the ground. Starks ain't gonna do that. He gonna grab at you.
And the reason being is
Daniel Aguero, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and the reason being is because I think he's is looking going to the next step.
Well, he's been like that since he been here, man.
Yeah.
He ain't no hard hitter. He ain't that big hitter. He ain't what Richard LeCount was. He ain't what Lewis Seen. Lewis Seen was lighting folks up. He ain't what Tyke Smith was. He ain't what Christopher Smith Jr. was.
Yeah. What's the man they called a torpedo back in the early 2000s?
Rambo,
Rambo.
yeah, yeah. He ain't cut like that. Like none of those
Ram.
guys.
Of all the players, that's a good question for you. All the players on the defense that you can go back and it stayed within the 2000s. No, we can go back late 90s, and this goes for you 2225 girl. Um, Which player on the defensive side would you not want to get hit by?
Hmm. Woo, man. Man, that damn Lewis scene. that Lewis scene. That Lewis scene was lighting folks up, bro. I'm telling you, man. Lewis scene light folks up. But Lewis scene, Lewis scene lighting folks up.
It was a few. Yeah.
in that
Losing will make
secondary.
you lose your lunch.
Yeah, in that secondary. We strictly talking about the secondary. Lewis seen Tyke Smith would light you up too. Tyke Smith would light your ass up in that secondary. And Dan Jackson. Dan Jackson. But if I had to go back a little further, I gotta throw Kirby in there too. Kirby would light you up. When Kirby was playing, he would
Yeah,
light your butt up.
God, like, for him to be the size that he was
Hmm.
in
That dude could
college,
hit. He could hit. He could hit.
and was always around the ball.
Hmm. Kirby could hit.
Kirby will make you forget your name.
Yeah, Kirby could hit.
I think now go to your
Remember that
linebackers,
hit he put on Travis Stevens?
and Travis Stevens in return to the game.
Travis Stevens did not return to the game. He
He
laid
wasn't
Travis
right
Stevens
after
out.
that at all.
Huh?
She said Eric Stokes. Don't
Eric
forget about
Stokes.
him.
Yeah, Eric Stokes. Yeah, yeah. Champ Bailey was not. Champ Bailey really didn't become a big hitter until went to Denver.
Yeah,
He was at Denver. He was like he was lighting folks up at Denver. I remember when he Jerome Bettis came through that hole one time and Champ Bailey met him, boom, in a playoff game. Hmm.
I think the number one person that I've seen so far, or it has to be Rambo. I wouldn't want to get hit because he looked like a dog. He was somebody chiseled him out of a rock
Hmm.
and gave him speed to go with it. Now, was he out of place a lot of times? Yes.
Hmm.
But when he put the lower to his shoulder pass and he had you on the radar lock, it was a wrap. Um, Definitely Dirty Dan, because Dirty Dan seems like he is never in the picture on the TV, but out of nowhere there's a flash of lightning and he's there.
Hmm.
And the receiver, running back, tight end, quarterback, feet are up in the air.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to see I can't wait to see KJ Bolden get a little bit more grass under his feet.
And bulk up a
That
little bit. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, don't let him bulk up a little bit because then again, good gracious, you talk about lighting people up now. I think we have a lot more fumbles.
Hmm. Hmm.
Which
Absolutely.
running back would you not want to be run over by?
How far back can I go?
You can't say Herschel Walker
No, I won't. No, I won't say Herschel Walker.
because you can't tackle Herschel Walker.
Mm. Or running back. Georgia running back. Georgia running back. You said mean only Georgia running backs.
Yeah. We'll go deeper in the line later on, but
Um, no Sean Marino was crazy, man. I've seen him. I've seen him put people through the ground.
yeah.
Yeah, no Sean Marino was crazy. Uh, Nick Chubb. I remember what he did to that kid in the Rose Bowl. He planted him in that damn crowd. And Isaiah Crowell. Don't forget Isaiah Crowell.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he ran angry. He ran angry and hard.
Hey, chat. If you got if this is just not for Georgia, you want to throw your folks up there. I'm just asking because we're Georgia fans. If you got a defensive back that you would not want to be hit by, or a running back you did not want to try to tackle, go and throw it up in there.
And Kendall Milton. I don't think DBs enjoyed tackling Kendall Milton at all, bro. He ran hard and angry too.
Yeah. You know what? And again, another young man that I don't think DBs or anybody want to really put their life on the line for. That
Mm-mm.
Nate Frazier.
Mm-mm. And Nate Frazier just need to bulk up some more. He need to just be. I mean, he put some more weight on him. This in the off season, Kirby them they just need to put some weight on him. That's the only thing, only missing piece that he's missing. The size, weight, more size and weight.
Yeah, remember we was talking on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and again, it's every time you talk about a player. Me and you was talking offline about it. Every time you talk about a player, that next game they come back and prove your ass is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You was like Nate Frazier and he's an outside runner. He ain't gonna put. He come back that next game and say, "Pay out, pay out, pay out. I'm gonna get this first down. I'm not gonna talk about me like this."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 225 girl. That Isaiah Crowell, had he not gotten in trouble, had he stayed at Georgia, he would have went on, had a great career here. Probably would have been Heisman finalist. Now he had some good years at Cleveland with the Cleveland
Yeah,
Browns. I remember he but he used to kill my Falcons.
yeah,
One time they came in the dome and they ran all over my Falcons. Yeah.
yeah. Hey, that's it's just unfortunate, and I wonder what universities can do. They need to have more sessions, classes, or something about how to behave outside of football. You already getting your aggression out on the field, even during practice when you play when you have pad week or pad day. You already get your. How do you keep that off or keep that on the field and not off the field? And I think there's a lot more sessions, more psychological things they can do, counseling they can do with these players. Because speaking about Georgia, because that's basically what I know,
Mm-hmm.
that is what I studied. We have a lot of NFL talent, Hall of Fame talent players that come through our or that comes through this program, but don't last on the program because of not doing the right thing off the field. And I think that's one thing that I wish that our coach and our athletic director will put into play to help these kids, these young men. Because again, like we talked about before, some of these young men come off and they come to this university. Um, they come to these universities. They never had money. The only thing they did was go to school and play football, and that was it. They're away from their family, so now they're going buck wild. You got these ponytails walking around everywhere. So now you think that what's going on, Easy? Um, now they're they started smelling these ponytails walking around. So now they got to try to find the baddest chick, and then mess up with them with doing stupid stuff. I think again, Holdman, Isaiah, who else? Even Todd Gurley with the signing of the autographs, knowing you're not supposed to do it. Um,
Well, you remember you name it the pre NIL era, and this is why I
yeah,
say I don't really come down so hard on the NIL because it gives kids a chance to make money off their name and likeness. Now, one thing, there's pros and cons to everything.
yeah,
But I think with the NIL, we're much better off now than we were before the NIL because you had kids, not just at Georgia, but all in other schools as well, doing underhanded things, to put money in their pockets and to put
Yeah,
food in their stomachs. I remember watching the Fab Five documentary, 30 for 30. And Jalen Rose and Jimmy Kingdom would say there was some times, man, that they would go to bed hungry. That they didn't have decent clothes, and up there in Michigan, man, be snow and ice. They would have to catch the public transportation. You know, so I think the NIL does more good than harm. Not giving them anything. Uh, you always had situations, especially here in Georgia, where a kid was getting in trouble because they had to do what they had to do to get money, put money in their pocket.
yeah, yeah. But it's got to get some type of control over it, though.
Yeah, I didn't think they would be gonna be giving out damn millions.
I didn't either.
I mean, man, it's like, look, I ain't think, look, I ain't think it was gonna be done like this, bro. And hey, bro, we've only just begun. Revenue sharing is coming. You guys, you can call a kid up. Hey, look, transfer here. Hey, you can get some. You can eat off the gate on top of your NIL deal.
That is just crazy that how we can get kids to come here these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of old fashioned way. And again, that's the reason um, I think Bill Belichick is going to have some issues because didn't have to deal with this before. That's what we was talking about it on a couple lives ago when you were saying, more old coaches are going to come back to the and coach college football. And I sat back and thought about it, and I was like, but these coaches, this NIL deal, and you got these kids who are soft, and the only thing they're doing is playing. They're not coming to play football traditionally. They come here just for the money, and that's the reason why some of these programs will never grow because they're gonna get the players. Players gonna get there because they got more money than the next person, but they're not going to play to their full potential.
This is the advantage that Bill Belichick will have. And I don't understand why a lot of people are poo pooing on Belichick ain't gonna do that. Look, this is the advantage he has. He can walk in the living room during the recruiting trip and tell a kid that's a 5-star linebacker. You want to be the next Lawrence Taylor? You know who helped create Lawrence Taylor? Me. Yeah, what he'll tell him, bro. You want to be the next Teddy Bruschi? You want to be the next Asante Samuel? You want to be the next? Hey, look at these rings I got. I got 8 Super Bowl rings.
But how does those rings translate to the college level?
You can. This is where he can tell him, look, you can go anywhere and make money, but you can't go anywhere and get the type of development that you're gonna get here in North Carolina. Because no one can match my resume. This man's resume goes all the way back to 1979 on that New York Giants coaching staff. He has coached some of the best defensive players and have coached with some of the best defensive minds.
No, I hear you, and I'm not poo pooing on them. I'm just thinking of how things are evolving in college football. Why did Nick Saban get out of it? Because of the new age of football
I
of
don't
the
think he
young
wanted.
kids.
I don't think he wanted to tarnish his legacy. So it's like, why did Floyd Mayweather get out? He got out because he didn't want to. He didn't want to do what Ali did. He didn't want to put no blemish on his legacy. Ali hung around. See, when you hang around too long, you can mess your legacy up. And I think Nick Saban just got because he knew things were changing. There were going to be no divisions. Texas and Oklahoma were coming to the conference. The NIL and transfer pool and everything. There was parity. Other teams were being able to pay, and he wasn't always going to be able to get the best talent year after year after year, like he was doing during that championship run. So instead of going like because you got to remember Bama ain't won national championship since 2020. So every year that passes by of him not winning a national title is a blemish on his legacy.
So, do you think that's the only reason why, or do you think that this NIL and trying to catch kids at the
Nope,
right time and the
nope,
right moment?
nope. He wanted to to secure his legacy. I think he was smart. Retire from Bama, retire from coaching at Bama, come back and go to a lesser program and win at that lesser program. Do you know how remarkable it would be if he came back and took the head coaching job at West Virginia and took them to the playoffs? Man, people are showing up be like, he took West Virginia to the playoffs, to the Big 12 championship game. He he left Bama, retired, went in the booth, and on college game day, came back, went to his home state, and took them to a level that they've never been on. Man, please. That's something Bear Bryant ain't never did, bro.
But I don't. Me personally, don't think that he's coming back.
Okay, all right.
I don't think he's coming back. I think the
Okay.
man is.
You said a lot of things weren't gonna happen, and I tried to tell you what's gonna happen. So
And I said a lot of things that was.
I'm telling you, the man is coming back. I ain't saying it's gonna be this year. I ain't saying it's gonna be next year. He coming back. The man is healthy. Look at him. He ain't no old decrepit man. The man is very healthy. He takes care of himself. He
Yeah,
don't
he
smoke.
takes
He
care.
don't drink. See, Bear Bryant was a smoker and a drinker. Nick Saban is a gym rat. He takes damn good care of himself. Now, it was pressure and stress at Bama, and he ain't coming back to Bama, but he going somewhere. To respectfully, Saban knew he couldn't have that farm grip over how college football was going because I had him coaching for at least
Yeah, I agree with you, 225.
three. Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I think that it's the for some of these older coaches, is they're having a hard time with this new age of football. Kids are not coming to play hard anymore for certain. They come in here just to chase the bag. And now you're stretching your when it's recruiting season. Now you got to figure out how we gonna get this kid this money. Like was and I know Bama got money, or West Virginia. I don't know too much about them, but they could have some money. But at the end of the day, now you're worrying about paying kids.
Bill Belichick is the type of head coach. Remember what he did in New England. Remember how he drafted. He would take seventh round, sixth round players and turn them into all pro players. He took Tom Brady, that was in the drafted in the late rounds, and the won Super Bowls with him. He took Kevin Falk in the late rounds, won Super Bowls with him. He took Deion Branch in the late rounds and won Super Bowl with him. Bill Belichick is the type of coach. Listen to me real good. He don't need none of them five-star prima donnas that's chasing the bag. He can take a three-star and turn that three-star into a five-star, kind of like what Kirby did with McConkey. Remember? McConkey wasn't hardly getting any offers. Jordan Davis was not hardly getting any offers. Jordan Davis was a 3-star. Turn him into what he is now, man. Georgia legend. They talking about he should have a statue. Certain coaches can take 3 stars and turn them into legends. And Bill Belichick has that. He has that in him. He can walk in the living room of a 3-star and build him up, build his confidence up, and have him getting out there on that practice field, committing to North Carolina, getting out there on that practice field and playing like a damn 5-star. No, I don't see him going after no 5-star prima donnas, but I can see him turning 3 stars into 5 stars. I don't think it's gonna be no flop. I'm not saying he's gonna come here and dominate and win national titles, but he will have North Carolina competing. North Carolina will be a force to deal with in the ACC. There ain't gonna be no
Hmm.
pushover. Not with that man as head coach. And remember, the staff he put around him. He knew how to build a staff around him.
That's one thing he can do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's one thing he can do.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yep. But I think I do believe Saban, Urban Meyer, they're gonna get the itch to come back. Pete Carroll. Just look for you're gonna start seeing older coach. It's already happening. Rich Rodriguez is back. Dan Mullen came back. You're gonna see Jimbo coming back. It's, just,
But all of those folks are way younger than Saban.
yeah, they younger.
Yeah, they're younger than
They
Saban.
younger. I could see Ed Orgeron getting a job somewhere. Ed Orgeron, even though he had baggage, the man can coach. The man can
Oh,
coach.
no doubt, no
Yeah,
doubt, no doubt.
yeah.
But it also, and it's another thing that we talked about. It takes away from these younger coaches that's up for positions to get head coaching positions, in these older coaches. Remember the retread. Remember we talked about the retread. Um, some of these younger coaches will not get the opportunity because they keep, you know, you get one coach fired from this big name and gets hired straight away to another one. But
And
again, you like you said, Bill Belichick have had these coaches ready for his staff, ready to be put to the next position. Uh, I just think that, once your time is up, your time is up.
well, we're already in the age of the new coaches, in the new breed of coaches. I think Sharon Moore is going to be a force at Michigan. Great hire, great decision to keep him on. They love him. Their fan base loves him, and those players love him. They play hard. They go to war for him,
Right.
and he can recruit. He can recruit his ass off. Signetti is going to have Indiana competing. And Indiana's not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. One thing they showed me in the second half of that game against Notre Dame, them kids play. They play hard for him. They go hard
Mm-hmm.
for him.
Agree. Agree.
Their head coach out there, Arizona,
Oh, he
man,
definitely not going no
a
place for a
legend in
while.
the making. A legend in
Mm-hmm.
the making. That coaching job he did today. When I tell you he out coached Sarkeesian. And that's something that can't too many coaches say. That they hit it. But this man out coached Sarkeesian for 3 quarters today. He out coached Sarkeesian. The refs took that game away from him, in my opinion. The refs took that game away from Arizona State.
That's our opinion. I agree with
Yeah,
you on that.
yeah. Our opinion. But he's going to have Arizona State competing for a while. And here is the kicker right here, Sniper. And you can do your research on this, brother. There's a lot of talent coming out of the state of Arizona. because you have a lot of families leaving Southern California, moving to Arizona because the cost of living is a little cheaper
Okay. Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
crime is lower. So they're leaving Southern California going and going to Arizona. So there's a lot of talent coming from Texas and coming from Southern California into Arizona. Arizona's booming. Phoenix, that area, the state of Arizona is booming. It's growing. The population is growing. So look for Arizona State to be around for a while. They run that state now. It used to be Arizona and Arizona State going neck and neck for the talent in that state. Arizona is Arizona State is dominating in recruiting in that state, and it is talent in that state on the high school level. Yep,
Yes, sir.
yep. So we're gonna get ready to go into our final thoughts. We a little after 11 o'clock. Uh, little, a little disappointed that I really wanted to get that Notre Dame Georgia. I wanted to get that game on out the way, but the FBI and the state officials down there in Louisiana wanted to take precautions. There were other things found,
Yeah.
other suspicious things that was found when they swept the area, and they didn't want to take any chances on anything or anyone getting hurt. Like I said, we can love the game of football, but life itself is more important. It's just safety. It's safety first. Always safety first. All
And
right.
not
So
only for the players, but for the fans and the families that's out there too.
exactly.
Like you said, I would love to see the game today. I was excited about it. As you tell, I'm dressed up,
Mm-hmm.
so I got to go back into the old war room and find some another shirt and jacket or a sweatshirt for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but my final thoughts is again, prayers for the families. Um, Football is just a sport, so it's a spectator sport. Um, but to go out and to do this malicious crime towards people you don't even know and didn't even deserve it. To bring in the New Year's with that type of, and you think about it, you got to bring in the New Year's with the countries looking at other countries looking at us saying, what is going on in the United States when you can't even have a New Year's Eve party citywide in Louisiana without somebody thinking it was the best time to go out and maliciously hurt someone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wish that, and me personally, I wish that dude was still alive so he can face these families. Um, but that's just my thought process on that. But prayers go out to the families. Prayers go out to the city of New Orleans, and we'll get to see our game tomorrow at 4. Um, and hopefully they get the respect they deserve before the game, middle of the game, whatever have you, and our dogs come out on top. Our
Mm-hmm.
dogs will come out on top. On that, Sniper, aka the Brown Wolf, baby.
All right. Once again, I want to thank everyone for coming out, and I hope everyone had a word at the Trump Tower bombing. Trump Tower bombing. Trump Tower bombing. There was a bombing at the Trump Towers.
I didn't see that. It
Okay,
hasn't come up on my
I'm
haven't
wondering
come
what.
up on my news feed yet.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. What the hell is going on? Las Vegas. How long ago together? And this is what I always say when I end the show. When I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. And it's the world that we live in. It's the world that we live in. It's New Year's Eve is a wonderful time. Everyone is in good spirits. Everyone is optimistic about going into a new year, starting off a new year and celebrating, going out. People want to go. They go out to have a good time and want to go out with a bang. But unfortunately, like I've been saying all through the holidays, you got some people out here with bad intentions. You got some people out here with evil mindset that would like to do harm to people. So you have to be mindful of your surroundings. If you can avoid big crowds, crowded events. Uh, Me personally, I try to avoid crowded events as much as possible. But just you have to stay prayed up. That's very important. I'm not trying to, preach a sermon or anything like that, but that is real. You want to stay prayed up and you know, just always take care of yourself and each other. And I say that I end my shows with that all the time, and I really do mean it. It's very important that you take care of yourselves and each other. Okay. And if you're going into a crowded restaurant or a crowded store, or Walmart or Kroger or anything like that, and you notice someone looking suspicious or they're standing off looking real suspicious, notify someone or just turn around and walk out. Live to shop another day. Live to shop another day. And on that note, you all will be back here tomorrow for the pregame show of the Georgia Notre Dame. That will be the final quarterfinal game. The winner of that game will be facing Penn State in the Orange Bowl. And the other semifinal game is already set for Arlington, the Cotton Bowl. That will be Ohio State versus Texas. I think this is the first time these two have played since 2006 when Colt McCoy and Troy Smith were battling.
Hmm.
That was epic. So this will be their first meeting since 2006. So we're gonna have uh, some great football action moving forward. The semifinals is going to be very, very competitive.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very, very competitive. Today was a shocker. Both games was a shocker. The game that we thought was going to be a blowout turned out to be a thriller, and the game that we thought was going to be a thriller turned out to be a blowout. So
Yes.
hey, that's like Chris Berman always said. This is why we play the games. We come
Right.
here and do our predictions and reactions and everything, but at the end of the day, everything is always settled in between those white lines and in between the on that football field. So everyone, until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And until next time, on behalf of Sniper and myself and the rest of 20 East Nation and Wolfpack Nation, go dog signal. Woo, woo,
Ho, ho,
woo,
ho,
woo,
ho,
woo,
ho.
woo, woo,
Go
woo, woo,
dogs.
woo, woo. Everyone enjoy the rest of your New Year's evening.